Welcome to the Fields of Code tutorial series, and to this tutorial, accessing documents through the document gateways. After you start a Fields of Code application, the main navigation menu becomes visible on the left. The first several entries at the top, which are patients through groups, are gateways to specific types of documents found in the current database. These types are patients, employees, contacts, locations, reports, and groups. When opened, a gateway displays all items that are of the same type in one unified list. For instance, selecting the Patients entry from the navigation menu will lead to the Patients gateway seen here, which lists all the existing patients in your database. Opening the other gateways will have their own respective lists. The Employees gateway shows the employee list. The Locations gateway shows the locations list, and so forth. These gateways are used to access documents. This is also the place where you can create new documents by using the New tab. Click it to create a new patient document, for example. I have to provide the first and last name for my patient. Press the Add button, and the new document is opened immediately after and is ready for use. I'll return to the Patients gateway by pressing the Patients menu again. You can open several documents at the same time by selecting them with your mouse, then click the Open button. Currently open documents and views can be seen and selected from the Windows entry on the left. I can choose to delete one or more selected documents by pressing the Delete button. You will have to confirm your choice. Keep in mind that other users logged on to computers on your shared network may also create new items in the same database you are using, if permitted. You can force the system to refresh the list by using the Refresh button if such new items were not displayed yet. If you find that every gateway you open displays a disabled Delete button, it means that your user profile was set up to prevent you from deleting any documents. Most likely, this is part of a secure workflow implemented by your administrator. To make the button reappear, you must ask your administrator to restore the Delete Documents permission in your user profile. Every gateway provides a useful tool called filtering. Use it when working with large lists. Notice that the list contains not only the names, but the home phone number as well, which is visible without having to open any of the files. This is a quick way to help you differentiate patients, and it can also help while filtering. The lists in your database are probably much longer, and you will want to get your patient's information as quickly as possible. And that starts with identifying the exact file to access. To do so, you can reduce the number of names in your list. In this example, let's say I'm looking for a file for a patient whose name is Edmund Jonas. I'll use the Find box to type the letter E for the first name, Edmund. The system is showing me all patients with first names and last names that start with the letter E. If there were lots of names that start with E, I could continue to type the second letter of the first name, which is D. It does not matter if you use upper or lower case characters here. I am now left with only 4 names, which makes it easier for me to decide which is the correct patient. I can also filter for the last name within the same box. I'll type the first letter of the last name, J, for Jonas, with an added space in between to let the system know I don't mean the same word as before. I can see indeed that there are 2 such patients in my database, and if I ask the waiting patient what the first digit of his home phone number is, let's say 8, I'll type the area code and the number given, 403, the period character, followed by an 8 in this case, with yet another space in between. It then becomes immediately clear which is the patient file that I need. I'll select the name and double-click, or press the Open button to open this patient file. If you added patient images to the patient file, that can give you even more certainty that you have the right file. I also wanted to demonstrate how to revert to the normal list after using filtering. So I'm going to return to the Patient's Gateway again. When I press the Show All button, you'll notice that all the names initially displayed have been restored. This concludes the Gateways tutorial. I hope you found this information valuable. Thank you for watching.